Hello, hello. Hope everyone is doing well. I am excited to bring this video talk to you today from Wrightchoice Mentoring. I have with me Laura Hutcheson, who is a board member for Wrightchoice Mentoring, and she is going to share best practices and tips around mentoring and how to be the best mentor through your time with Right Choice Mentoring. So I will turn the Zoom mic over to Laura.
Thanks, Taikia. Again, my name is Laura. My pronouns are she or they. I am an intersectional allyship educator and consultant with How Do You Ally Consulting. My background is in higher education. I have a master's of science in education, specifically in college student personnel. So I've been working with college students for about 15 years in mentoring. And so I'm always really excited to work with Right Choice students because of the unique mission of serving marginalized college students and helping connect them not only to professionals in their career, but also professionals who can connect with their unique experience as marginalized students. So I'm excited to share what my experience has been and just kind of give some tips on how to connect with students and make your mentoring connections even more effective and fulfilling. So the first thing that I would say in any mentoring relationship is the importance of listening authentically, really trying to understand what are your students' goals, what are your mentees' goals, what do they want not only out of the mentoring relationship, but what do they want out of life? What is it about their chosen career field that draws them? Are they someone who enjoys being with people? Do they get energy from being with people? Much like me, I'm a chronic extrovert, all of the kinds of extrovert. Or are they someone who really finds fulfillment from hard work or teamwork or specific experiences that they're looking for in a work life? And then from there, what kinds of experiences do they have that you can help them understand as transferable skills? In my experience, students rarely understand that they have experiences that are already valuable, that it's not just the diploma or the classes that they take that make them a marketable employee. And it really is about how they describe their life experiences, the skills that they've gained along the way, certainly through their education, but in general, and how to translate that into what they want to be doing next and showing that they are capable of that next step. So really taking the time to ask questions, to listen, to help them expand on what they're sharing with you. Certainly, I think a lot of mentees at that in those first couple of meetings, with a power dynamic that has of like, oh, there's this professional, they're a big deal, they know so much more than me. And really, our mentoring relationships are helping students understand that they do know what they need to know in order to continue to move forward. And it's helping them kind of uncover that understanding of what they've already gained. So listening, really teasing out, asking those clarifying questions, asking those thought-provoking questions of like, well, what do you like on a day-to-day basis when it comes to being in a work environment? What kinds of things do you want out of life? Because once we get that kind of baseline of what does this mentee actually want, then we can start really putting into place our networks, our experience, and helping make connections between what we know, what resources we have, and the goals that the mentee has. So starting with listening, then really kind of puzzling together what do I have that I can offer this mentee, whether that's the wisdom of having been in a similar situation before, whether that's, oh, I know someone who absolutely does that specific kind of work. I can connect my mentee with that person so that they can learn more about what it would take to achieve that particular potential goal. So with my work, having been in a background of higher education and working with a wide variety of students, And my job itself is fairly unique, so it's not something that a lot of college students are thinking about. Oh, I want to do exactly what you're doing, Laura. So my mentorship really does start with um, helping students expand their options for what they might think is possible. We kind of come up through the K-12 system and even higher education with this perspective of you do this in order to do that, and here are the specific options. And a lot of times it's like, well, I guess I'm supposed to go to grad school. I have maybe a psychology degree, and so I'm going to go to grad school for a psychology degree. But there's so many things, even within that just one umbrella of a graduate degree in psychology that students could do that can be uniquely suited to their experiences, their goals in life, and their desires for how to be fulfilled in their overall life, but certainly their career as well. So helping students really expand those options, expand what they understand as possible, and then and sometimes you come to a student, to a mentee, and they've already had that expansion, and now they're overwhelmed. They have too many choices. And so another aspect of being a mentor is helping students really narrow in after they've expanded, is helping sort through all of those options into what might be the best options or set of options for this particular mentee. What are their values? What are their specific and unique skills? And skills, they don't have to be necessarily like, I learned how to do this thing for this type of job, but a skill of they're really great at really teasing out the details of a problem and identifying that there's potential solutions, or a skill of really having an easy connection with other humans, or even just the ability to explain things to people that make help other people really understand things. So really helping them identify what skills do they enjoy using, and how might they focus on developing those skills to a career or a specific path within a larger career umbrella that would be helpful to them moving forward. I think another thing that's really important, especially as a right choice mentor, is to understand the impact of systemic oppression on not only ourselves, but on our mentees as well. So a lot of our mentees have disabilities. Whether they know it or not, not everyone understands that the experience that they have may qualify as a disability. Our students may be neurodivergent or neurodiverse, as one might say. I myself have ADHD, and I was diagnosed as an adult. And so my mentees and I have absolutely connected over how do you even manage executive function, though that might not be a term that they connect with yet. How do you manage staying organized with all of these different demands on time, with a full class load, and a desire to volunteer, and the fact that they have familial obligations. So how do you actually manage being in life? So there are things outside of, or things that may not seem like they're directly related to career advising or career mentoring, that absolutely fall under the umbrella of helping our students navigate this world with a marginalized identity. I am someone who has a lot of privilege. I'm a white lady. I'm highly educated. I grew up upper middle class, but I also experience multiple marginalized identities. As I mentioned, I have ADHD, and I also have physical disabilities. I have been fat my whole life and have experienced fat phobia and ableism because of that. So all of these experiences help me connect to the experiences that a student might have with similar marginalized experiences. So especially if you as a mentor are someone who has experienced marginalization, using those experiences to help students prepare them for having to navigate the world with a marginalized identity, and be able to prioritize their own self-care and well-being while using that extra energy that it takes to navigate the world as someone with a marginalized identity. So that's a really unique opportunity that Right Choice Mentoring in particular offers to mentees, is that so many of us mentors have some of that experience of having to navigate, use that extra energy, and really being able to allocate and prioritize how do we move around this world with marginalized experiences. And helping validate the fact that having a marginalized identity takes extra energy to navigate these systems. If they are a first generation college student, it can be really challenging not only to just get to college, but also to navigate the many resources that campuses have, or to navigate the hiring process with a degree. So helping our students really think about, what are their unique values, what are their unique skills, what are their unique attributes, and what are their unique challenges, and how can we help them identify their priorities, their transferable skills, and validate that those challenges are real, but they can be navigated. So with that, I'm going to pop back to Taikia and see if she has any other specific questions or anything that we want to expand on. Taikia.
Yeah, great. I love all of the tips and personal experiences that you shared with our mentors. I think that this will be a really good foundation for our mentors to begin to build upon. As a mentor, if you have any questions or additional thoughts that you would like to share with us, please don't hesitate to connect with myself or anyone on the team, and we can help you navigate. But more importantly, we appreciate you for saying yes to an opportunity to connect a student to their future. And for you, we just really appreciate you for making the right choice. Thank you so much. And let us know if you need anything else. We'll be right here along the way. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.